Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to go through a video explaining the write-up for all your lab investigations. Excuse me. Now, some of them will be simpler than others, but this is the basic layout for all your labs. Okay. I'm going to go through this example. I've got a PDF under modules lab that's called lab write-up. It's a PDF file, and I'm going to go through that one. Okay, so all your labs are going to kind of look like this. They're all going to form into this lab write-up, regardless of whether it involves chemicals or not. Now, one of your labs is just going to talk about precision and lab precision and stuff like that. It's not going to involve chemicals. The other ones are going to involve chemicals. And we're going to be looking at actual pictures of the lab. And you're going to be answering the lab questions as if you were doing the lab. Okay, so all your lab write-ups are going to have a title page. You're not going to have that won't be there. You're just going to have the title of the lab. This obviously is what class we're in. Your name and the date. Now the date is going to be like our quizzes and exams. It's going to be midnight of the Saturday following the lab. It's going to be in PDF format and you're going to upload it. Okay, so each lab is going to have a purpose. Like, why are we doing this exercise? You want to discuss the reason why we're doing the lab. For example, understand the principles of laboratory precision, or understand the processes of chemical reactions, and these are only examples. But whatever, you'll get an introduction to the lab, and then based on that introduction, you'll come up with a purpose. Now, all labs that involve chemicals, you're going to have to do two things. You're going to have to do the first aid, and you're going to have to do the structures for those chemicals. Excuse me. Okay, for example, in one lab, you might be using hydrochloric acid. Okay, here's the structure. Or bicarbonate. Here's the structure. And then you're also going to be doing first aid. The first aid comes from the SDS document. The SDS document, SDS stands for Safety Data Sheet. Okay. And each chemical comes with an SDS document. On section 4 of the SDS document, you'll find the first aid. That's what goes here. So this is section 4. First aid. Now, I want you to summarize the first aid. Not just do word for word, but summarize it in your own words. I want you to be able to read it. No, excuse me. The reason why I'm having you do this is if you were doing a real lab and you came in contact with 6 molar hydrochloric acid, you would know what to do. Okay. Also, this is going to act as a reference for you as well. You know the structure of it, and you're also going to know the first aid of it. That's the first thing you're going to do after purpose. The next thing you're going to be doing is the procedure. All labs have a procedure to follow. Those are obtained from the lab write-up that I give you. Okay. I want you to, again, I want this in your own words. I want you to summarize everything. Okay, if you summarize it, I know you've read it. All labs have data. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a data table. The purpose of the data table is to organize your data. It's going to be a place to write down observations, measurements, whenever you hear the word record or observe, you need a place in your data table to record that results. Now, the thing about data tables is you can do a data table on a piece of paper, and the problem with data table, not the problem, the nature of data tables is they do change. Like, excuse me again, like you may have, you're going, oh, I need an extra place to put this observation that I didn't think about before. So your data table could change, and that's not a problem. The main thing is you need a place to organize your data, and that is the data table. Now, sometimes you'll have questions. And sometimes you'll have calculations, and those calculations and questions go after the data table. And then lastly, you're going to have a conclusion. So every lab has a conclusion. Regardless of whether it says write a conclusion or not, you will have a conclusion. All labs, no exceptions. And all you need to do there is just summarize what you've learned. If it's a lab about precision, you're going to talk about what goes into calculating precision. That's all. Okay. And that's basically it for the lab write-up. All labs will flow into the same format. Okay. All right.